So we are in the discussion of measurement of power in a three-phase system. So this is a different thing. So previously we discussed about the measurement of power in a three-phase system, and we analyzed with the help of a Blondel's theorem, and we discussed about measurement of power in three-phase four-wire system with the help of three-phase wattmeter method. And next we discussed about measurement of power in two wattmeter method using star connection and delta connection. And next we discussed about phasor diagram analysis of a star connected system. And today we will discuss about effect of power factor, this phasor diagram analysis, and 1 watt meters and everything. So before going to the things, just we will go through just a simple review. So what does the Blondel theorem states? If we are measuring a power in a network, if we are measuring power in a network, if it is a three-phase, either it is a three-phase three-wire system or it is a three-phase four-wire system, whatever it may be the thing. So in a network, if we are measuring a power, what will happen? All current elements are connected in series to the line. All potential elements are connected to a common point. Okay, so that is the term. So if this common point is connected in one of the lines, okay, the total amount of power is measured with n minus 1 wattmeters. That means in a network we are having n number of conductors. Okay, we are measuring n number of conductors. We are measuring the power with n wattmeters. For n number of conductors, we are measuring the power with n wattmeters. Okay, and in that network, all current coils are connected in series to the line. Okay, and all potential coils are connected in parallel to the line, and the common points of the potential coils, see, if the common points of the potential coils are connected on a line, what will happen? If the common points are connected on a line, what will happen on a line? So number of the power measured will be experienced with n minus 1 wattmeters. So that is what Blondel's theorem stated, which we analyzed in previous class. And we analyzed the power measurement for a three-phase four-wire system. So what we concluded at the ending is the total instantaneous power measured with 3 wattmeters. With these 3 wattmeters, we measure the instantaneous power. The power measured with this instantaneous, the power measured with the help of these wattmeters is equal to the sum of power flowing at the load. So that is the conclusion which we analyzed from this. So this conclusion remains same for other methods also. For measurement of power in a three-phase four-wire 3 wattmeter method. Okay, so here it is a different system. In Blondel's theorem, what we did in Blondel's theorem, we analyzed the connection. We analyzed the connection in a different manner. Here we connected the common point on a neutral wire. Okay, on a neutral wire. So what will happen? The total wattmeters will be 3 wattmeters will measure the current flowing in this particular segment, but the common point is connected with respect to the neutral wire. So that is a different thing. So if the common point is connected on a neutral wire, total voltage is equal to 0. Okay, so here also the conclusion remains the same. The power measured with respect to the individual wattmeters is equal to the sum of power measured with respect to the entire load. Okay, here what is meant by load? Load is nothing but the electrical equipment which is consuming electricity. Most of you are familiar with the definition of load with respect to your prerequisite knowledge of power system 1. Okay, what is meant by the load? Load is nothing but an electrical equipment which consumes electricity, which works on energy, that is nothing but our electricity. So next we analyzed the measurement of power in a three-phase three-wire system. Okay, three-phase three-wire system with the help of 2 wattmeter method. So this is the 2 wattmeter method. So this is a different thing when compared to the previous aspects. In Blondel's theorem, we analyzed measurement of power with the help of 3 wattmeters. Okay, so in the previous aspect, measurement of power in three-phase four-wire system, we analyzed the power measurement with the 3 wattmeter method. Here we are using only 2 wattmeters. Okay, so here we are having 3 conductors. See, this is first conductor, this is second conductor, and this is a third conductor. Okay, where we are connecting the common point? The common point is connected on the third conductor line. Okay, in an n conductor load, so this is the n conductor load. If the wattmeter common point is connected on one of the lines, what will happen? The power measured with respect to the total line is measured. The power is measured with respect to the total line with n minus 1 wattmeters. That's why the total power is measured with 2 wattmeters, because the common point is connected on one of the line. Because the common point is connected on one of the lines, the total power is measured with 2 wattmeters or with two elements or with two elements. So this is in this analysis of three-phase three-wire system, 2 wattmeter method. This is analyzed with respect to two methods. One is a 2 wattmeter method star connection, and second one is a 2 wattmeter delta connection. So the instantaneous power with respect to the load. So this is a star connected load and this is a delta connected load. What is the behavior of instantaneous connection? The behavior of instantaneous connection can be analyzed with respect to V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3. V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3. So this is a different perspective. This is a different perspective. So if we analyze in deep, and if we go on further with respect to the analysis, So in previous class we analyzed with respect to the star connection, three-phase three-wire star connection with the help of 2 wattmeter method. The total current flowing with respect to the first conductor is I1. Total current flowing with respect to the second conductor is I2. Total current flowing with respect to the third conductor is I3. What will happen? The power measured with respect to the first conductor is observed with respect to the P1 wattmeter, that is equal to I1 into I1 is nothing but current flowing in the first conductor into V1 minus V3. Okay. Power measured with respect to the second conductor, current flowing in the second conductor is I2. Okay. Voltage flowing through the second conductor, that is V2 minus V3. Okay. That's why the total power is I2 into V2 minus V3. So if we sum these the two terms, total power sum, if we see the instantaneous power readings P1 plus P2, that the actual sum will be V1 I1 plus V2 I2 minus of V3 into I1 plus I2. So okay, so if we analyze the expression, final instantaneous power expression with the help of a Kirchhoff current law. What does Kirchhoff current law says? Kirchhoff current law says algebraic sum of currents in a load that is equal to 0. Algebraic sum of currents. What is algebraic sum of currents? Currents flowing in a total load network, that is I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. Okay. So from that, the value of I3 is equal to minus of I1 plus I2. Okay, if we substitute the terms in detail, and if we analyze the terms in detail, what is the total instantaneous power reading in these 2 wattmeters? So if we substitute the value of I3, what is the value of I3? Minus of I1 plus I2. In the value of minus of I1 plus I2, if I substitute the term I3, what will be the total expression? V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3. So if we observe the behavior, compare the two results, what is the first result? Instantaneous power consumed with respect to the load. What is instantaneous power expression? V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3. See the final result of instantaneous power with respect to the 2 wattmeters. What is the result? V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3. So what we conclude from these things? So from this we can conclude that with the help of 2 wattmeters, from the sum of 2 wattmeter readings, that is equal to the power consumed by the load. That means the power consumed by the load is equal to the sum of power calibrated with the help of 2 wattmeters. That means here either the load may be star connection, either the load may be delta connection, either the load may be a balanced network or the load may be a unbalanced network. Whatever it may be the thing, the sum of power consumed with the wattmeter elements should be equal to the power balanced or power consumed with respect to the load. So this is the common conclusion statements which we are going through the Blondel's theorem, which we came across three-phase four-wire network, which we are again coming across with respect to three-phase three-wire network at 2 wattmeter method star connection. So this is a 3 wattmeter network delta connection, which we summarized in previous class. In this delta connection, so this is a delta connection. Most of your people are very familiar with the star connection and the delta connection. This is a delta connection. There is a current division with respect to delta. First conductor current division, that is I1 minus I3. Second conductor current division is I2 minus I1. Third conductor current division is I3 minus I2. Okay. If we summarize the things of power flowing with respect to the wattmeter 1, P1 is equal to minus V3. V3 is flowing in this direction. See, V3 is flowing in this direction, and current is flowing in this direction. Current is flowing in this direction. So what is the value of P1? P1 is equal to minus V3 into I1 minus I3. Okay, and instantaneous power is equal to P2 is equal to V2 into I2 minus I1. Okay, so this is the behavior of power at wattmeter 2. What is the behavior of power at wattmeter 2? P2 is equal to V2 into I2 minus I1. Okay, the sum of instantaneous power readings, if we sum both of them, P1 and P2, what is the term? Minus V3 into I1 minus I3 plus V2 into I2 minus I1. Okay, take your running notes and solve along with me. That it will be simple. Otherwise, this is a very complex term. Okay, this is very complex stuff. Just go through with me. Just focus along with me. It will be simple. Okay, so if you have any queries in the discussion, just let me know in the chat box. We will discuss your doubts at the end of the session. Okay, so if we summarize both of them, both the expressions P1 plus P2, that is equal to minus V3 into I1 minus I3 plus V2 into I2 minus I1. So this is a instantaneous power expression of wattmeters. So if we summarize both of them, okay, what will be the final expression? V2 I2 plus V3 I3 minus of I1 into V2 plus V3. So now in a previous star connection, we analyzed the network. We analyzed the network with the help of an Kirchhoff current law. Now we are analyzing the network with the help of Kirchhoff voltage law. What does Kirchhoff voltage law says? V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to 0. Okay, from that V2 plus V3 is equal to 0. That is V1 is equal to minus of V2 plus V3. V2 plus V3. Okay, so if we summarize the instantaneous readings, what will be the expression? V2 I2 plus V3 I3 minus of I1 into V1. Okay, if we substitute the value of V2 plus V3 in terms of V1, so this is the expression. Okay, so if we compare this expression with the previous thing, so this is the instantaneous power consumed with respect to the load, and this is the instantaneous power absorbed with respect to the wattmeter. So what we concluded from this, in a three-phase, three-wire delta connected 2-wattmeter method, the power consumed by the load is equal to the instantaneous power consumed by the measured with respect to the wattmeter. So this is concluded again. This is concluded again. Either it may be a balanced system or it may be an unbalanced system. This concluded the same. So that's what we discussed up to the yesterday's class. Now we analyze with the help of a phasor diagram. I am taking three-phase, three-wire, 2-wattmeter method. I'm taking a three-phase, three-wire. I'm taking for explanation three-phase, three-wire, 2-wattmeter method. For this explanation, what I am doing is I'm taking a three-phase, three-wire, 2-wattmeter method star connection. Okay, so what happens in the star connection? In this star connection, if we observe the phasor diagram is analyzed for this star connection. So before discussing or before analyzing into the phasor diagram, what is a phasor or what is a phasor diagram? Means phasor diagram is nothing but a pictorial representation. It is a graphical representation. With respect to the behavior of voltage and currents. What is the behavior of voltage with respect to the current? What is the behavior of current with respect to voltage? What is the behavior of phase angle between voltage and currents? What is the behavior of phase angle in between voltage and current? What are the resultant parameters? So entire things which is related with respect to the voltage and currents are represented in the form of a pictorial representation or a graphical representation, that is called as a phasor diagram. Okay, so what does phasor diagram resembles means phasor diagram is a pictorial representation. It will represent about the behavior of voltage and currents. It will represent the behavior of voltage currents. It will define about the phase angles and everything. Okay, it will define about the power parameters and everything. Okay, so in this phasor diagram, if we see the phasor diagram, V1, V2, V3. See this. I will annotate the terms. So the thing, this is V1, this is V2, and this is V3. So V1, V2, V3 are nothing but V1, V2, V3 are nothing. V1, V2, V3 is nothing but the RMS voltages, RMS voltage of phase voltage. And see the behavior of current. See, this is the value of current I1, and this is the value of current I2, and this is the value of current I3. Okay, so these are nothing but phase voltages. V1, V2, V3 is nothing but phase voltages, but I1, I2, I3 is nothing but phase currents. Phase currents. Okay, so if we observe the behavior of phase voltages, let us assume this is a balanced system. Let us assume this is a balanced system. Let us assume this is a balanced system. In this balanced system, V1 is equal to V2 is equal to capital V. V1 is equal to V2 is equal to capital V. And the line voltages, what will be the behavior of line voltages? Voltage flowing between 1 and 3, that is line 1 and line 3, that is V1 3. That is nothing but a resultant in the form of a resultant. V1 3 is nothing but voltage flowing in a line 1 and line 3. V1 and V3. In between V1 and V3, we have drawn V1 3. And voltage flowing in between V2 3, that is voltage drawn in between V2 3, that is drawn here. Okay, so V1 and V2 and 3 represented here, the line voltages are represented here, and the phase currents I1, I2, I3 is equal to I in a balanced system. Okay, and line currents also I1 and I2 and I3 is equal to I, that is represented with respect to I. So here the power factor is represented with respect to cos phi. What is power factor? What is power factor? Power factor is nothing but cosine of angle between voltage and current, cos phi. See here, phi, it is represented with an angle phi. Phi is nothing but cosine of angle between voltage and current. Cosine of angle between voltage and current. 1 second. Cosine of angle between voltage and current is represented with respect to phi. Okay, so there is an if we see the behavior of power factor, the phase current lags with respect to the corresponding phasor voltages at an angle phi. Okay, so the current flowing with respect to the wattmeter, P1 is I1, and voltage across the pressure coil is V13. See, the voltage across the pressure coil is V13, and I1 leads V13 by an angle of 30 minus phi. What will be the value of power factor reading? The value of power factor reading is equal to P1 is equal to V13 into I1 cos of 30 minus phi. Okay, what is the value of V13? V13 is equal to line current. V13 is a line current, V23 is a line current, and V12 is a line current. That all is equal to root 3. That all equal to root 3. So what will be the final expression? P1 is equal to V13 into I1. Simple. The power expression. What is the power expression? General power expression from our network. Power P is equal to, what is the power P is equal to? Power P is equal to VI cos phi. Right? That is a power expression which we know from our networks. Power P is equal to VI cos phi. VI cos phi. I am substituting the term. What V is nothing but what is the behavior of voltage at wattmeter 1? At wattmeter 1, the behavior of voltage is V13. Current flowing through the wattmeter 1 is I1. Okay, the phase angle between V1 and I1 is 30 minus phi. Phi value is 30 minus phi. I substituted the in generalized expression. P is equal to VI cos phi is the generalized expression. In that generalized expression, I substitute the value of voltage, I substituted the value of current, I substituted the value of phase angle, and I concluded the expression, that is V13 is equal to V23 is equal to root 3, that is equal to root 3 into VI cos phi, cos of 30 minus phi. That is about with respect to the wattmeter 1, that is P1. If the same thing happens with respect to the wattmeter 2, P2, at wattmeter 2 P2, the current is I2. See, the current is I2 represented here. The current is I2. The current I2 lags with respect to the voltage V23 at an angle of 30 plus phi. So this is the angle 30 plus phi, and this is an angle 30 minus phi. So this is where we can see 30 plus phi. 30 plus phi. The voltage angle is 30 plus phi. Okay. So what will the expression P2 is equal to? The expression is VI cos phi. V is equal to V23. I is equal to, what is the behavior of current flowing through the wattmeter P2? Current flowing through the wattmeter P2. See, current flowing through the wattmeter P2 is I2. Voltage flowing to the wattmeter element is V23. I2 lags V23 at an angle of 30 plus phi. If we substitute the values in our traditional expression, V is equal to V23, I is equal to I2, cos of 30 plus phi value is 30 plus phi. Okay, I am analyzing the expression. This is our final expression. This is our final expression. Is anyone is having any doubt? If anyone is having any doubt with this derivation, let me know in the chat box. Right, I will forward this material to your WhatsApp group. Okay, don't bother about it. Anyone is having any doubt? So I'm going to the next slide. So what I did means I summarized the both readings. P1 is equal to root 3 into Vi cos of 30 minus 5. P2 is equal to root 3 Vi cos of 30 plus 5. If I summarized both of them, so what is the final expression? The final expression will be, one second, the final expression will be P1 plus P2 is equal to Vi cos phi. V1 plus P2 is equal, P1 plus P2 is equal to Vi cos phi. The total power consumed by the load. So this is the total power consumed by the load. If we observe the total power consumed by the load, that is equal to the difference between two wattmeters. Okay, so if we summarize the parameters of P1 and P2, we will get the sum of power flowing 2 wattmeters. If we differ 2 wattmeters, P1 minus P2, we will get the total power flown with respect to the load with the analysis of power factor. This is for our doing to analyze the power factor rating. So P1 minus P2 is equal to, P1 is root 3 Vi cos of 30 minus 5. P2 is equal to root 3 Vi cos of 30 plus 5. What is the value? Root 3 Vi sin phi. Okay. So if we differentiate both of them, P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2, what is the value of P1 minus P2? Root 3 Vi sin phi. What is the value of P1 plus P2? Root 3 Vi cos phi. That is equal to tan phi divided by root 3. What is the final expression? Phi is equal to tan inverse of root 3 into P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2. P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2. So what is power factor? Power factor is equal to cos phi, that is equal to cos of tan inverse of root 3 into P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2. So this is how we analyzed the behavior of power factor. We analyzed the behavior of power factor with the help of a phasor analysis. Is it clear? Just anybody respond in the chat. Is it clear, or anybody is having any doubt with this? Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your response. So this is the total power calculated at the end. Total power observed at the end. So if we observe the effect of power factor from this, effect of power factor can be done with two cases. When the power factor is at unity, and the power factor is at 0, and then the power factor is at 0.5. The power factor is at unity and the power factor is 0 and the power factor is at 0.5. So if we see the initial wattmeter readings, P1 is equal to root 3 into Vi cos of 30 minus 5. Okay. So at that term, if we substitute the value of phi is equal to 0. Okay. What is the value of cos phi? Cos phi is equal to 30 degrees. P1 is equal to 3 by 2 Vi. And P2 is equal to root 3 into Vi cos of 30 plus 5. What is the value of phi? Phi is equal to 0. Okay. P2 is equal to 3 by 2 Vi. What is the value of P1 plus P2? P1 plus P2 is equal to 3 Vi. That is the actual power factor rating. So this type of condition exists for an unity power factor. Okay. So this is a peculiar condition, and this type of condition exists for an unity power factor. So let us take an additional condition. When the power factor is at 60, when the angle is at 60 degrees and power factor is at 0.5. So if we substitute the value of phi is equal to 60 degrees in the value of P1, if we substitute the value of phi is equal to 60 degrees, what is the value of P1? P1 is equal to again 3 by 2 V. And if we substitute the value of 60 here, the value of P2 is equal to 0. What is the value of total power consumed? The total power consumed, that is equal to 3 by 2 Vi. So that means when the power factor is at 0.5 condition, when the power factor is not unity, when the power factor is below unity, what will happen? One of the wattmeter will indicate 0th reading. This is one of the important competitive bit which we come across in SSC junior engineers in many times in gate exam point of view also we came across this type of discussion. What will happen when a power factor condition lies below unity? Unity in the sense when the cos phi is 1, power factor in the sense cos phi in the sense power factor is nothing but a cosine of angle between voltage and current. If the cosine of angle between voltage and current is unity, both wattmeter will read the half of the readings. If the power factor of the wattmeter lies below unity, one of the wattmeter will indicate a 0 reading. That is one of the important bit which we came across the many competitive exams. Even in a state government also we come across this type of things. So at a third condition, at a third case, what happens means when the power factor is 0. When a power factor is 0, this is a special condition. Power factor doesn't go through 0 in a normal industrial condition or normal domestic load condition. But what happens when the power factor is 0? When the power factor is 0 or when the power factor is 0 at phi is equal to 90 degrees. At phi is equal to 90 degrees, what will happen? This is a special condition. This is a special condition. What will happen? So see here, go through the calculation. So P is equal to VA root 3 into VA cos phi. P is equal to root 3 into VA cos phi. At this type of conditions, the P1 value is equal to root 3 into root 3 divided by VA. Root 3 divided by VA. So this type of readings, at this type of readings, at 0th power factor, at 0th power factor, the reading of two wattmeters must be equal to the opposite sign. It has to be noted. It has to be noted when the power factor is below 0.5. One of the power factor will read as one of the power factor reading will read a negative indication. But under this type of 0th conditions, at this type of 0th conditions, we have to reverse the current coil or potential coil conditions such that the power factor will have to show a positive reading. Okay, in order to observe the positive reading, we have to reverse the current coil or potential coil terminals at this type of discussion. Okay, at this type of discussions, when power factor is 0, the current coil will and pressure coil doesn't have any impact and the needle will show the negative deflection. In order to nullify that negative deflection, we have to reverse the current coil and pressure coil. We have to reverse the current coil and pressure coil elements. Okay, so that is about the effect of power factor at this type of discussion. Effect of power factor at this type of discussion. And next element which we discuss, that is a 1 wattmeter method. One wattmeter method. In this type of 1 wattmeter method, this is a peculiar thing. So when the load is balanced, this is a peculiar thing. When the load is balanced, see here. 1 second. That is a small disturbance. Sorry for the interruption. So if it is a 1 wattmeter method, so let us say the load is balanced. So this is a star connection system. This is a star connection. The load is balanced. We are measuring the power with a 1 wattmeter method. We are measuring power with a 1 wattmeter method. So at this type of things, see the current coil is connected in series to the line. Okay, the pressure coil common point is connected at one of the line. Either it may be connected to line 3 or it may be connected to line 2. That's why I analyzed with the help of a stud switch. So this is a stud switch. The main purpose of this stud switch is to connect the voltage element with one of the common points and one of the lines. At one of the common points, at one of the lines, we will connect the common point. Connect the common points on the V1 value. What is the value of V1? The value of V1 is equal to V. What is the value of V1 means? V1 is nothing but instantaneous voltage flowing with respect to the line 1. V2 is nothing but instantaneous voltage flowing with respect to the line 2. V3 is nothing but instantaneous voltage flowing with respect to the line 3. I1 is the current flowing with respect to the line 1. I2 is the current flowing with respect to the line 2. I3 is the current flowing with respect to the line 3. Okay, so V13 is nothing but voltage flown with respect to the wattmeter 1. V13 in the sense, if the stud switch is connected at line 3, if the stud switch is connected at line 3, see, let me, so this is the stud switch. If the stud switch is connected at line 3, the power is measured with respect to line 1 and line 3. That is voltage will be V13. If the stud switch is connected at line 2, the power is measured with respect to 1 and 2 lines, that is V12. Okay, simple. The reading of wattmeter, if the switch is connected at third element, that is P is equal to, we know the power expression which I analyzed before. P is equal to total power P is equal to VI cos phi. VI cos phi. What is the value of V if the switch is connected at 0.3? P1 is equal to V13 into I1 cos of 30 minus phi, that is equal to root 3 VI cos of 30 minus phi. If we substitute the value of P2 is equal to VI cos phi, that is equal to V12 into I1 cos of 30 minus phi. 1 second.